Well,
Yeah. So we're live. We're live. We are doing our playtest Sunday. This will be. We're streaming this, but not live. So once I get the okay to do so, I'll release this out to the public. But what we're playing today is it's a small module from Shinobi 27 Games. It will be coming out as basically. I'm not sure if it's going to be an add-on or if it's going to be a perk to their next Kickstarter, which is Angels, Demons, and I forget what the rest of that is, but it's the huge monster book that they put out for DCC.
It's not the size of the module, Bert.
Yeah,
Quality.
That's what they tell you.
That's right, and I think this was a fun one myself.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's good stuff. Shinobi 27 Games. Check them out. I am not going to get the title of this yet because I might give away things. So yeah, there we go. So we'll get into it. This is a high level character game for DCC. 5th level is what I'm having all of you guys play, and I did make them all make backup characters just in case, because death happens in DCC. That's just the way of things. All right. So as we start with the characters that you are using as your primaries. You were taking a shortcut. That's what brought you up this winding mountain pass. The pathway here is narrow, no wider than a foot or so. The snow and wind pummels you with each crunching step you take. And as the sun sinks behind the western range, you must now trust your footing in both the dark and the snow. Needless to say, your shortcut got you lost. You've also been cut off from the rest of your party. There were 6 of you, now 3. Somewhere in the blinding torrent of snow that came down, they hopefully are still alive out there somewhere, but you 3 are clinging together on this very narrow pathway that leads up through some very treacherous mountains. Again, the sun sinks behind the western range. And what are you guys going to do?
Shelter, fire.
Yeah, the path is too narrow to make camp safely. And right now, with the blizzard conditions, any normal fire you might make would be extinguished immediately.
You need to find a cave or something.
Yeah. Let's trudge ahead to see what we can find.
Okay.
Oh, you got something there?
Yeah, somebody might have something.
I believe I do. It doesn't create a... Oh, yeah, I've got a spell to resist cold or heat.
I was just thinking about that spell too.
Right now, while not comfortable, none of you are being inconvenienced by the conditions other than the fact that it's windy and your vision has very limited range. Keep it in your back pocket. As the night falls, it might get colder as you go along.
So is there like wall to one, like mountain wall to like one side and then just open to the other?
Like in just a precipice going down.
Yeah, just kind of pressing up against that wall.
As best you can. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. So it's Aldrich is our lawful cleric, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, Aldrich, as you are doing this, clinging to the side of the mountain as you go up the path, you hear that quiet voice within yourself, as your God often whispers to you. You hear, "Go onward another hour, and shelter you will find, sanctuary for service. Behold my cenobium." And there's a piercing beacon that emanates from a distant point beneath a saddle of 2 mountains ahead of you. Aldrich, by everyone else's lack of response, you think that you're the only one that's seeing this, as it is a mercy granted by your God.
Men, my God has pointed the way. Forward! Follow my lead.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who has the lowest luck?
I got a 13.
I got a 7.
I got a 9.
That's close. But it sounds like it's your character, Chuck, or Corbin.
Yeah.
Corbin is our other cleric, a chaotic one at that. And who are you worshiping, Corbin?
Catixtat.
Okay.
The Chaos Titan.
All right. Aldrich is worshiping a new god that's being developed for this particular scenario.
Okay.
Did you write down his name?
Tristius.
Tristius, yes.
I'm a high judge.
All right, so Chuck, go ahead and make me a DC 15 reflex save, please, as you wind up this increasingly thinner pathway as Aldrich charges ahead, led
11.
by his faith.
Before you go, I got rope.
Yeah.
That sounds like you came up with that before the position was bad, though.
Yeah.
So if that's good, and you don't want to spend any of your very little luck,
I don't.
Okay, you slip.
Oh god.
And possibly are going to plummet over the side. Chuck always dies right off the bat.
Yeah, it's pretty par for the course.
So John, I think Keats thinking about roping people together, and you might have even started to unlimber your rope, and you're about to suggest this as you see Corbin slide off the side. You can make an attempt to catch him if you would like.
All right, what do I roll?
A reflex save against a 15.
Okay.
Save me, Keats. Oh no.
Oh, dude.
Corbin goes sliding down the mountainside.
Dead. 3 seconds in, dead.
There's still the 5-second rule.
No, we'll get back to you. I'm not going to kill off your character this early.
Okay.
But technically, you would be dead. We'll get back to you. Though. So
hey,
it's
good news. I can animate the dead. So
Corbin goes off the side and is quickly lost through the haze of the snow. What do you guys do? You hear him call out? Or maybe he said, but you are, the worshiper of chaotic God. Perhaps you just say, I'm not even supposed to be here today.
That's it.
You just kind of gave me a quick rundown of Tristius. But being lawful, I feel like I would no man left behind kind of a thing.
So Tristius specifically is a god of laws, not morals, laws.
Okay.
So you do with that what you want.
No, I would want to save him.
Okay, so how do you do that?
That's a great question.
Yeah, that is a very good question.
Make me a luck check there, Chuck.
Yeah. Good at these.
Come on, Chuck.
I got 10 over.
All right. Well, the screaming stops relatively quickly.
Oh no.
And as you call out for Corbin, you don't hear a response.
I think he's gone, man. We should press on because otherwise we're next.
I'm not feeling good about that, but
look, maybe he found the others, or they'll find him. As I'm trying to shoo you along the path.
Yeah, hopefully his god landed him in a nice soft patch of snow.
I'm sure he did.
The soft-looking rocks broke his fall.
Yeah. That sucks.
Spongy rocks.
Because that's what rocks do.
Rocks well known for their quality.
Well known.
At this point, I will pause and say, okay, let's tie each other together.
Yeah.
So we can avoid this happening in the future.
Or we'll go down together. Either way.
Okay. You tie yourselves together and you continue on. It's an hour-long march before you find where two mountains meet, and there is a stone and metal barred wall, creating a large triangular courtyard up ahead. You see double doors at the far entrance. There's a pair of torches fluttering at either side of the door. 15 feet tall stone wall, weathered by time and frost, looms over the entrance to the prior cloister. Spiked iron gates, dark with age, stand resolute against the howling storm. The flickering torches continue to blaze. There is a frayed rope twists and writhes in the wind that's next to the gate outside.
Da-ding, da-ding, da-ding,
So you
da-ding.
pull, and sure enough, you hear a distant gong within. Would you please roll me 2d6, please?
I can most certainly do that.
Some dice.
I'm noticing that there's torches that are staying lit and all this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very suspicious of that.
Well, you noticed part of it is because there's like a deep well of oil in them, and they do have some like kind of like the Zippo, right, where they've got the crenellation around the outside.
Oh, so they got some wind
They got
screen.
some cover. Okay,
gotcha. Okay, I got 5 and a 6 for 11.
Okay, let me roll this. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay. You hear the sound of a gong from deep within, resonates very loudly. But almost in tandem with that, there's a bellowing roar echoes from the mountain pass to the southeast. As you all turn, you notice a hulking white-furred creature bounding towards you.
Get in the door. Get in the door. Get in the door.
This creature's one of his abilities is his fearsome presence. So after you have turned and seen him, if you guys will both make me will saves. DC 12.
Mm. 11.
Okay, so do you want to fail or do you want to spend that luck?
How much luck would I have to spend?
Just a point. Just one point.
All right. I will do so.
Okay, then neither of you stand in fearful regard, and both of you can act. All right, it is 5 rounds away. So as you see it there, this is going to bring it down to 4. Let's see. And it's going to double run. So yeah, it's 4 rounds away. I'm just going to roll down this little die counter I have here.
Pardon? Get that door open.
The door hasn't opened yet. What do you do? The thing is bounding towards you.
I'm turning towards it. I'm going to try to guard Arden, but I've got my shield out and I'm setting my spear ready to receive a charge.
Ooh, okay, I like it. So this is a 20-foot tall monstrosity draped in filthy white fur, crusted with ice, blood, and wind-blown debris. Its limbs are long and unnaturally jointed, ending in claws like jagged frozen antlers. The creature's hunched frame is thick with muscles.
It's fine.
Yep. No, you passed your save. You are stalwart against it. So this is your action was to do that. Aldrich, what's your action?
I will get my warhammer ready.
Okay. So you guys are basically going to brace for impact?
I don't really see you can try to open the door.
So like let's say this indecision costs you another round. So it is now 3 rounds away.
All right,
the door has not opened.
All right, I will take my warhammer and use that to knock on the door, like very insistently. I'm not going to shatter the door, but
very insistently knocking. Okay.
Bam,
another round is now 2 rounds away as it runs towards you, and there's still you do hear like some motion past the door, but it has not opened yet.
I'm gonna pull the cord. Open!
You pull the door. The gong sounds again, louder this time inside. 1 round away. Do either of you have any distance weapons?
I do, but it's all windy, so I don't know how useful that's going to be. Plus, I'm set for a charge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
True enough. All right. Well, you continue to ring the gong. You're setting for charge there, so it is on you. Go ahead and roll me initiative, guys. including you, Chuck.
Okay, with my dead character or the new one?
You're not dead.
Oh, lucky me.
Yeah, I didn't want to kill you off right away, but yeah, technically you would be.
Okay. That's fine. I was over here plugging in my new character.
There we go.
It's going to be that kind of a night.
Yeah, it is.
I'm off to the races.
Those are some not good rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It slams into you guys. So bracing for a charge is a good idea, except you're probably around, I don't know, 6 foot tall at best. It's 20 feet tall.
That's fine. That just means it's, I have a lower center of gravity. I can trip it.
But what you don't have is reach.
No.
All right. So it is going to okay, well, it does a couple of things. First of all, it's going to claw at you.
Mm-hmm.
I think a 25 probably hits you.
It does.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
All right, 12 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right. And as it swipes at you with claws, there is a burst of winter chill. Both of you take a D3 cold damage.
You gonna roll that or?
You guys can roll it on yourselves. That's not bad, John. Just another point for you.
Crap.
Oh my gosh. And the second claw attack, I think, hits you as well, John.
Mm-hmm.
Only doing 4 points of damage. However, both claw attacks land, so it has an automatic bite. As it tries to swallow you whole. Oh, that's something it should have gotten, was a swallow whole. 14 points of damage. Are you still up?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Make me a DC 15 fort save, please. You want to save here. If at all possible, you want to save.
DC 14, you said?
15.
15. Oh my god.
So you can blow a lot of luck, or you can have a limb severed off as it just bites it free.
I will spend the 7 luck to get it.
Keep in mind, you have 2 clerics in the party, so losing a limb is not necessarily.
There is very specific things that require reattachment of a limb, and they don't have it. I'm pretty sure.
You're not wrong.
All right, you want to spend the luck and pass that then?
Yeah.
Okay. That was at 15, I believe.
I had a 14.
You have a 14. So you were knocked unconscious as you fell down. Go ahead and roll me 3d6 for the fall damage you took. But you were quickly back on your feet, assuming you don't die from this. 11 points damage. You quickly back on your feet and following behind when you caught the path of this giant creature. And so you kind of hung back, and you're bringing up the rear. So you see the creature has got your 2 friends kind of caught at the front gates, and you're behind.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I want to charge in and swing at this thing with my axe. Get it right in the kidneys.
Sure. Let's go ahead and just say you were within a movement range, so you can take your move and then go ahead and do your attacks. Attacks, I say, because you probably have multiple dice worth of actions.
As a cleric, I've still just got the single D20.
Okay, yeah.
I rolled real great.
You did. You're probably still a little stunned from that fall.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily you landed right on your head. The least important part of your body.
Don't need that a lot. Yeah.
You don't. Your God tells you what to do. Okay, so you're in the fray now.
Yeah.
You are, however, Let me look at something here. Real quick, cold aura. Yeah, it's an aura. Go ahead and take a D3 cold damage.
Okay.
As you kind of get within this frost miasma that's all around him. That was your turn.
Yeah.
Next.
I was a 2, so.
Then that would be me.
Oof. So, John, I guess you're next.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna. So I'm going to try to. I'm gonna hit it and try to shove it. So we're still in kind of this narrow area, correct?
No, actually, you are right in front of this giant wall here. There's plenty of room around you.
How far from the edge is this thing?
Oh, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. You know what? It is a 20-foot tall. It is a gigantic creature. So we'll say that there actually is a ledge. So go ahead and narrate to me what you want to try and do.
I want to try to like hit it and put it off balance and maybe get it to topple off the side.
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah. So you're a fighter. So that sounds like your deed.
Yep.
Go for it.
All right. Do I this? Okay. I need to check that because I don't know if that roll. I don't think that rolled the right. No, it did not.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to figure out how all this works here. Okay. Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, that does definitely hits, although it has a high armor class, 17, but that does hit. Did your deed die go off?
It did.
Okay. We'll go ahead and do your damage.
Okay. So I get to add 6 to the damage here.
And here's what else I'm going to say. So since there is a significant size difference here, you will move it closer to the edge. I'm going to make a save for it. If it fails to save, it will go over. If it doesn't, then it doesn't quite get all the way to the edge, and you can try and pushing again the next round.
Okay. So that will be 12 damage. And then I get a second action die. So.
Okay. It failed its reflex save, though. So it goes over.
Yay!
Yep. You don't know. It makes a yelp. But with the snow as blinding as it is, you don't know if it has perished or if it simply, is just waiting lower on down from you. It is a gigantic beast. And you see Corbin. After the beast falls, Corbin is there. Right.
Holy shit, you're alive.
You dicks left me behind.
And then I look and I'm like, that's probably not going to keep it down there for real long. Open that goddamn door. Just pull it open. Get in. Whatever.
Yeah.
So a few more moments pass and the door does open.
In we go. And I go.
I want to apologize. I didn't realize what Holy Sanctuary did entirely. I could have probably saved us a lot of hassle there.
As the door opens, it reveals an elderly man silhouetted against a warm glow from within. He takes one of the torches from the outside wall, opens the gate, and frantically gestures you inside. So you guys go into this courtyard, and at the end of the courtyard, you see there's a set of double doors in there. He gestures you frantically to come.
Yep.
Doesn't say a word, but he's just kind of gesturing at you as you both, all of you, go into the chamber there. He has these large wooden beams that he fits over to keep out if that creature comes back. So he bars the door. After he secured the door, though, he kind of smiles at everybody, at all of you, and he kind of bows deeply.
Hello.
He starts pantomiming something with his hands, laying his head on his hands like this and making gestures to his mouth. You can all make intelligent checks, DC 10. Of course, Brad, you are completely
derp. I don't know.
So he's pantomiming that he's asking if you need rest, shelter, food, perhaps.
Why, yes, we'd love a warm shower or a hot bath.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Using that torch that he pulled, he starts guiding you through this area here. So Brad, maybe another intelligence check.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
14.
Yeah, you start recognizing some of the symbols on the walls here. So this cloister is definitely dedicated to the same god that you serve. Those that don't serve in a combat perspective are just lay clergy. You know, they don't have spells. They don't take up arms for your god. You're thinking this might be one of their secluded places where they go over laws and they think deep thoughts about lawfulness and the right of things.
You too are a servant of Tristius. Aha.
Mm-hmm.
Corbin, can you do that thing where you touch me and I feel better?
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'd ask. What is it, Aldrich? Aldrich. I'd ask Aldrich, but I always feel bad when he does that.
Yes.
So if you could do it, that'd be great.
I slapped you in the face, and I did not heal you. Yeah.
Yeah, Brad can try.
Yeah, hang on.
So here, so it's just like the normal lay on hands, and he will be considered as an opposed alignment to you.
Okay.
But there's also going to be another effect which we'll roll after the fact. But go ahead and see if it works first.
So it's opposed?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll do your base spell check when you go down to the cleric spells and abilities section.
Yes. Okay, so it's...
You can just click it.
Okay.
23.
All right.
Oh,
Is that
nice.
a success for opposed? I believe so.
Opposed, that's 3 hit dice.
Yeah, there you go. Now, roll a d4.
Yes, sir. 1.
Glyphs of glowing blue script form over the wound, tightening and sealing it with precise searing force. It's never comfortable when he does this.
Ow.
And I expect to see you in church.
Uh-huh.
Tithe generously.
Yeah.
I suppose he didn't get the doors open quickly enough, so it meant that we got to reunite with Corbin. Otherwise, he'd be out there fighting that thing by himself, and boy, that'd be a shit show.
That would be terrible.
The place gets warmer as you go in, and you're led to the refectory.
Refractory.
It appears to be a loosely hexagonal in shape. It's a large, spacious area, 45 up, down, and across. There's a huge fireplace to the north. There's a cauldron of bubbling broth that has a very tasty scent to it that lingers in the air. In the center of the room are 3 long dining tables set into a triangular formation. There are other brothers here sitting down, and they seem to quickly do something with their hands between each other, and the person who led you in seems to be speaking back to them. You notice that around his neck, not only does he have a holy symbol, he has like a piece of slate board laying across, and he pulls that out, a piece of chalk. He starts writing on it in common, asking if you dine with them.
I would be honored to dine with you, brothers. Come, gentlemen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wait, did they all take like a vow of silence or something? You know these people, they're...
I assume you're talking out loud, and so they all kind of nod.
Yeah, I'm okay. I was asking Brad's character.
I don't know. These guys are crazy. No, I would assume that this is a monastery.
Yes.
Silent.
Yeah. Not all those who serve the gods are capable of taking up arms.
Yes.
So yeah, these are
and some of us get
brothers.
to swing hammers and be boisterous.
Yes.
I have a personality of 16, so
Yeah,
that
there you
just.
Hey,
I wasn't going to be able to do this silent crap. Are you kidding me?
Aldrich, since you did abandon me in the snow, why don't you go and slap some healing on me too?
Why, your god was weak and didn't protect you. I can't prevent that. Don't lay that on Tristius's doorstep, sir. Here we are, giving you the warmth and kindness of this sanctuary, food and shelter, and you have the audacity.
And I'll do it again.
I'm feeling generous, but tomorrow I want to hear a change of your attitude, sir.
You got it.
Oh, please fumble.
Oh, I'm sorry. What am I rolling?
It's the same thing. Lay on hands as an opposed alignment.
Gotcha. Okay, so
looks like it was D20 plus 7 before.
Yep. 21.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
That will be 2 hit dice for me, which I will gladly take.
Okay. I'm just going to pick this one because you two, though you're traveling together, are very much opposed in ways of thinking. There's a jolt of radiant force that slams into your wound like a verdict being struck, scouring you, pain and weakness alike. It's very painful as you are healed.
Reap the bounty of Tristius's healing.
He's got terrible bedside manner.
He has no time for that.
Okay.
Anyway, as you sit down, the smell is very enticing as bowls are provided and they're ladled out. It's a very zesty goat pottage, warm bread, and silence. As again, they smile and they nod and they hand over the bowls to you and kind of bid you to sit. You guys are, let me move you guys on the map. So you guys are here now.
Yep.
Oops.
There you go. And as you sit, in lieu of talking, each of them pulls out their little slate boards and they kind of introduce themselves this way. The first one who writes, he again, this is in common, assuming that any of you have the intelligence to be literate, you would understand it. Prior Aloysius, he's the leader of the priory. He very aged, his back is stooped, and you see that there's a walking stick next to him there. But he writes his name on the board, points to himself, and then points at each one of you.
I am called Aldrich. I am a high judge of Tristius.
I'm Corbin.
Heats Rex, the Reaver.
Oh, are we doing like titles and stuff? Like Corbin, High Priest of a Chaos Titan. Welcome.
Which is a wonderful thing to say in the stronghold of a lawful.
Yeah.
And in the silence, you hear this piece of chalk snap.
It gets even quieter.
The next person has the fingernails on the chalkboard sound as he grinds chalk into it.
No.
Oro, Judge Oro. So they're all. So you would know this, Aldrich. They're all judges, or what their moniker is for people that aren't just like the beginning servants, right? The first one who introduces himself is the prior, so he's the lead. The next one, Judge Oro. He's tall, wiry. He looks very suspiciously at you, Corbin. There's no smile on his face at all. And he sits down very quickly after writing his name on the chalkboard. The next one, Judge Fergus. He's very jovial and welcoming. He kind of throws his arms wide as if to hug you all. He's very portly, shock of ginger hair. He seems very, very happy. And you also see that he has 3 bowls of stew in front of him.
Oh, it's a hungry guy.
The next one, Judge Judas. He seems very wary as well. It's almost like he's hesitant. He has almost like a deep, soundless sigh as he writes his name on the board.
So you
He's
look
got
like
that pursed lips that gives it that air of superiority about him.
Does he have 30 silver pieces near him?
He might. You'll have to kill him to find out.
That might be frowned upon.
And the last one, a nervous young acolyte who has to be prodded before he remembers that he should write his name down. Acolyte Flynn. He's about 16 years old, he figured, wide-eyed, very afraid looking. The next one, also a child. Well, I should say child. Teenager. Acolyte Bjorgen. Also young. He's kind of thicker, looks almost like a thuggish lout, a little bit older than the other one. He kind of smacks the other kid on the top of his head. He takes his chalk, writes his name on the board. And the last one, Acolyte Nugent, also handsome. He's an acolyte, but he is probably in his 30s. May have come to this late in life. He's got a smile on his face and just gives you all a nod.
Excellent.
Nice to meet y'all.
All of them nod. Even those that didn't look like they were too welcoming.
It's fine.
I go get myself a bowl of stew.
Yeah, no, they serve it to you. One of the acolytes goes and fills your bowls. It's very zesty, so it's not just like a vanilla, I shouldn't say vanilla, but unflavored gruel. It's pretty good. It's pretty tasty. Go. The bread is warm, crusty on the outside, soft in the inside.
Ah, fresh bread.
Yes.
Nice.
Now that's a stew, brothers. Thank you for your hospitality and your sanctuary.
Mm-hmm. Again, you're met with silence as they just nod. Many of them have smiles on their face. Several don't. A few of them seem to studiously just ignore you.
Yeah.
So I got a question. It might take you a little bit to write an answer. What was that thing outside? Big.
Let's see.
It's the white furry creature that attacked us.
Yeah.
It's very huge.
Okay. The prior is the one who answers. He borrows another board from one of the acolytes. Nivrak, the Winter Hunger, as he is known.
Nivrak's got a cool name.
Creepy and dramatic.
It's a big sucker.
Yeah. You said it was 20 feet tall, right?
Yes.
Ugh. Yep. Okay.
Well, it had a little fall, so should watch it step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully we don't run into
so
it on
in the
way
same
out.
chalk, he'll write down on his board that likely not dead. Nivrak has an amazing constitution and seems to regenerate from most damage. As long as he is in his cold fastness about him, he's likely you may meet him again.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It's good to be warned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stack up on oil.
Fergus, the jolly fat man, they break out some wine, which doesn't seem very potent at all. Maybe just barely fermented enough so that the water doesn't go bad. But Fergus
probably better than the water that's
makes a toast as this weak wine is shared.
Oh, I'll gladly drink their weak wine.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Take a few minutes to pick on with the young kid Flynn, see if I can trick him into talking a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Give me an intelligence test here.
Sure.
Oh,
that's a 16.
So Flint is the acolyte that's the youngest of them. You would think he's terrified. Like he's very jumpy. He keeps looking around and fidgeting. He keeps staring at Nugent.
Did they beat you, Flynn?
He writes constantly. Let's see, which one was the? Give me a second.
Oh, that or they ran out of goat. That's probably just people.
Oh, Flynn had a brother.
Bjorgen smacks him upside the head in emphasis that he gets beaten regularly. That's the loutish acolyte.
Okay.
Hey, Flynn, you know what fixes that? Stab him once. Just once.
He looks very solemnly at you and just nods.
Sends a message.
Gentlemen, please.
It's not what your mom called me last night.
Gentlemen, please. That's a weird name.
I said that's not what she called me last night.
Anyway.
Wow, that took a turn. All right.
It always does.
All right. Again, the food seems plentiful. It's a huge cauldron of food. And the bread seems never ending as it's,
Is this all of you?
They kind of all nod.
Okay.
Big spread and big space for just the 5 or so of you.
Where do you guys get your food from? You've got a lot of it. Is like, people like travelers making their way through. Do you get it from them?
The very affable fat man writes down, God provides.
Okay.
That is a strong answer that does not alleviate any fears.
Mm-hmm. If you're suspicious about the stew, I see cleric. What was your occupation?
Gong farmer.
Gong farmer?
Mine was healer.
Okay.
We switched jobs.
Yeah. You can make me a D10 check.
Okay.
If you've got an intelligence bonus, you can.
I do. So this will be a total of 2.
Yeah, you might be suspicious of the stew. It smells like goat, but you're not really sure.
I haven't seen any goats around here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's tasty, though.
I'm not going to stop eating it.
Yeah.
I mean, tell Jack he was delicious.
Yeah.
Look, you haven't been on a real adventuring trip till you've been strapped for food and supplies and had to eat a horse or maybe a friend.
Yeah.
And chow down on Timothy.
Yeah.
So conversation is incredibly limited. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to do here while you're filling up and your cold's getting out of your bones, you're warming up? It's actually a fairly pleasant area. It's very homey. Looking at the decorations, very simple. These very simple wooden tables, that roaring fireplace in the back. There's not like much in the way of like wall hangings or anything like that. It's cozy.
It is simple, as the way of the monks should be, without distraction.
Very aesthetic, yes.
I don't have, other than procuring a place for us to crash for the night. Presumably they would facilitate that.
I'm looking around since we're in kind of their kitchen area here. Are there any like seasoned or salted meats or anything like that?
Well, the stew itself is very zesty.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to get up and so you're in this main octagonal room. I mean, you see the doors. B14. If you want to get up and look around or just ask them something, you certainly can. But let me know what you're doing.
I'm just right now. I'm just kind of walking around the room and looking around and.
Okay.
Yeah. Seeing so they're having stew and there's stuff in the stew and whatnot. But I was just kind of curious,
Okay.
Surprising that they would have like fresher meat.
Okay. Completely not getting what you're doing. The jovial one kind of points to the bottom there to B16.
Okay. All right. I'll go look.
Okay. It's the crapper. 8 privies in here. There is a chill and odorous draft that wafts up from the bottom of the privies.
You know what? I gotta do some business. I go do my business.
Okay.
That's a brisk
Yes.
refresher.
There are a pair of wash tubs in here as well.
Hey.
There is a grate which is like a central drain.
Guarantees you won't dawdle in the bathroom, that's for sure.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's a little drafty in the bathroom. A little drafty.
All right.
So just like holes to the outside world that they just shoots
Probably.
through, or
Well, yeah, it's yeah. If you've ever
Just
seen,
flukes.
yeah. They're basically tunnels that drop the poop outside.
Mhm.
understood.
I can tell you all about it. My experience, there's got the chutes.
The ladders.
Stop.
No
Get out of
ladders. They just
get-
let gravity do the job.
Get out of my head, John. Next up, hi ho the Cheerio.
Well, after I do my business, I come out and go, shitters.
Good to know.
The fat guy nods like yes.
Look, after what happened outside, I don't know about you, but I hadn't done no business in a while. So
It was a long and arduous trek, that is for
Mhm.
sure.
So the person who kind of brought you in kind of mimes the laying your
Yeah.
head down sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yes, brothers. Is there a place for us to sleep?
Yeah. So he leads you guys up into the dormitory area since this keep is much larger than the number of people that are here currently. So they have a lot of extra rooms. So you're brought up to the dormitory where there is a big roaring fire in the middle there and a big brass bowl, keeping it quite warm in here.
Superb.
So
Very
E,
nice.
F, and G. So it's this whole side of the wall here is all opened.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, should we hole up in G?
yeah,
There are 3 beds there.
Yes.
Puts us in the corner. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Always put the Chaos Lord in the corner.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
That's exactly right.
I think we
Okay.
should split up.
And you're left. Closing the door will, so the light will be kept in the court area there. And that's keeping everything nice and warm. There's no chilly drafts in here, but it is quite bright out in the main area.
Yeah.
Closing your door will keep that from being a thing.
Well, once the door is closed,
Mhm.
anybody getting a weird vibe on this place?
There's definitely something going on. I don't know if I necessarily get weird yet.
Well, Aldrich, your
what do
god
you
said
mean?
something very specific to you. Did you want to share it with the rest of the people?
If I could remember it, yes, I would. Could you remind me what my god told me?
So you beseech your god to remind you what he said to you. So it was go onward another hour in shelter. You will find sanctuary for service.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So, as Tristius told me that there's sanctuary in exchange for service.
So, like, do we gotta like scrub the toilets or?
I love it.
Well, perhaps in the morning we should ask if there is something that is troubling our brothers. Or my brothers, sorry, not
You
yours.
know, that's fine. Knowing how fickle you nerd gods get, maybe it's something we should ask before we should crash for the night. I mean, sanctuary for service.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to pay up front.
Is that any part of your scriptures? Also, question: it looked like they're all eating.
Hmm?
I mean, did it take that long to get down to the kitchen from the doors?
Well, so no extra food was brought in. They just had this big cauldron of stew just in the fireplace, and all the
Right,
bread was
but
already
from
in there.
that room to the door that we came in,
Oh yeah,
how far was that?
it was a good distance. Yeah, this is a fairly spacious.
I'm just it's me trying to figure out like was it a normal amount of time that it took them to answer the door?
Oh, well, considering the person that answered you was an old guy.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's because so it was what that was the original roll, by the way, was how many rounds did it take for the creature to get to you, and how many rounds did it take the old guy to open the door?
Okay.
You rolled really high on that second one. No doubt he was on the crapper when you rang.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Also, why don't you guys go ahead and make me a luck check?
I'm great at those.
Good.
Missed it by one.
Of course.
And
it's all up to you, Brad. Oh,
yeah, all failures. No, that's fine.
What could possibly go wrong? It'll be fine.
Yeah. So the very simplistic Spartan cells in here, they're 5 by 10. The simple bed, nightstand, bedpan, and a small brazier in the corner of each cell, although the braziers aren't lit because the main one is. But you could, like, if you wanted extra warmth, you could reheat it in here or set another heater up in here, basically. Very simple, very Spartan.
Well, we don't know how cold it gets at night, so I'm thinking about starting the brazier in here.
I'll just start it.
Yeah, okay. It doesn't hurt.
And there's some kindling, and there's flint and tinder. You can get it going.
And it also doubles as a nightlight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to say, as much as I mean, they've been nothing and gracious so far. I still feel I'd feel more comfortable if we each took a shift on watch or something.
So while you guys are talking in your room, do you have the door closed or is the door open?
I think the door's closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then you can hear other doors being open. You would imagine that this is where everyone else sleeps as well. I mean, you were shown to the empty segment, but there were other rooms. Like you hear other doors being opened and closed. You do hear actually the sound of rattling dice.
I am intrigued. I will look out.
Okay. Two of the brothers. So what the luck check was for is in DCC, there's not really a perception check. You just use luck. So nobody said they were really looking around. So what you missed was the fact that they're not completely. What's the word for monastic people? I want to say ascetic. That's not it. What is the word? Anyway, they're not bereft of fun, as there are cards and dice and tiles laying about on the tables, and two of the brothers are throwing dice.
Okay. I'm going to go join the dice crew.
Okay.
Wait, before you do that, can you try to touch me again?
Yeah. Hey, I got an 18. Same. Nice. That's going to get you 3 hit die.
Thank you. Perfect. That's what I needed.
All right.
So the portly Judge Fergus is here. And he seems to be throwing dice with Judge Oro, who was the one that was very suspicious of you. But yeah, they're throwing dice, playing some kind of game involving pegs on a board.
Yeah, I'll go. There's more chairs. I'll pull a chair up next to him. Howdy, judges. I heard it. Always interested to see how other games are played. Mind if I sit, watch,
yeah, the portly
enjoy
one
your
pulls
company?
over a chair and kind of explains the game.
It's going to take a while writing it out on his chalkboard.
No, he just points to pieces, and as they take turns, he shows the various rolls and what moves the little peg on the board.
Okay, very nice.
Yep. We're not wagering anything, and the game seems to be some luck, but a game of strategy mostly.
Oh,
and the other judge, who seemed to be deeply suspicious of you, seems to be winning quite handily.
Okay, I'm distracting the portly one. It's fine. And during the game, I will gently broach, hey, so my nerd friend in there, he was given a message, because he shares the same God as you guys, given a message that we need to do service for Sanctuary. Do y'all need help with anything? Like a back rub, cleaning toilets?
They kind of look at each other, puzzled. And they kind of both look at you and they shake their head in the negative. Although the more suspicious one seems to ponder it a bit longer and writes down. Can you transcribe or read and then list several languages?
I can. I got 2 languages I can help you with: common and chaotic.
And then he also does he shakes his head in the negative.
Okay. Well, then I'll just hang out and watch him for a little bit, reconvene with the crew, and let Aldrich know that your judge friends out there say that they don't have anything they need us to do.
Okay.
And that they also said that you're a nerd.
So you spend some time with Oro and Fergus, and so you get to know their personalities a bit, even with nonverbal communication. Fergus is very jovial. You also get the idea that he's the cook.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Never
Oro,
trust the skinny cook.
After a bit, you decide that it's not that he's suspicious of you; that he's just a very calculated and very serious person.
Okay.
He's not discourteous to you, but he doesn't ever smile, and his nods of yes or no are always very deliberate and very succinct, very quick.
Okay. That's good to know.
The other brothers do, after a time, start coming in as well, going to their own rooms.
Okay. Yeah, at some point I will retreat.
Okay.
Back to our room.
So that was some amount of time that you were spending. What are the other 2 of you doing while Aldrich was learning a new game?
Keats would have probably gone and sat out there, but he was just playing solitaire.
Okay.
There's some cards, so
yep,
he'd be doing that.
Yeah, I suppose I would not be an ingracious bastard and go out and talk with my fellow brethren.
Okay. There's only the 2 that are staying out there and gaming. Everyone else are like yawning very widely and going to the rooms, nodding to everyone.
Oh, okay.
Having a good night.
All right. My thought was, and the reason why I didn't run out right away is it's like service doesn't mean it needs to be right now. My God would probably direct me, or either I would get a cue from Tristius that I need to do the thing.
What's your character's intelligence?
My character's intelligence is fuck, I lost my sheet. Intelligence is 12.
Okay, yeah, so you're better than average. So you think for yourself, but often your God will provide what he needs when he needs.
Yeah.
Okay. So after a bit, the 2 monastics kind of bid you all a good night as they go into their own rooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're all left in the common room there.
Well, I guess it's time to go to bed.
I mean, it's go to bed or go snoop.
Speaking thing.
I am.
You are? I would not have pegged you for that.
Stop. I would like to cast Holy Sanctuary in our room.
Okay.
everybody here seems, the two guys here are very wary, so I'm like, fine, let's just end this part of the conversation. I will cast Holy Sanctuary, and if anything comes at us, we'll have them on their back foot. How's that?
Sounds like a plan.
Go ahead and give me the roll. Fumble. Come on, fumble.
Oh no.
Shit.
Like you that much.
I just need to find the exact. Where
Just,
is
spell check, and then we'll look up the result.
I keep losing it on the character sheet. Spell check. It's D20 plus 7. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's always going to be D20 plus your caster level, which is 5,
Gotcha.
plus your bonus from your.
11.
Ooh, that's pretty low. That might be a failure. Actually, no, I think that's a low success. What does it say on your chart for that?
1 to 11 is failure for Holy Sanctuary. You need one more to get something.
Yeah, so you can spend the luck to get the 12, or you can
I don't want to upset anybody right out of the gate. I spend a luck.
Okay, so a 12 gives him.
Oh, sorry.
You've got the spell there.
Yeah,
if you
I've got it there.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
12 gets enemies find it difficult to focus on attacking the cleric. They're distracted, and the cleric is more easily able to dodge their attacks. All attacks against the cleric for the next round suffer a -2 penalty.
So he's good.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a area of effect.
It will be the higher you get on the chart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I'm
got
sorry.
the lowest
Oh,
possible
no worries.
success. Yeah.
It's fine, man. Let me show you how it's actually done.
You're both going to consecrate the place to 2 opposing gods.
Actually, no, I don't think I have that. I thought I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. You're safe this time.
Well, thank goodness for that.
Okay.
All right. Who's got first watch?
I'll take first watch.
All right. Aldrich, you got second watch. I'll take third.
All right.
Okay. First watch goes by just fine. It's difficult to stay awake as the room is pleasantly warm. The beds are actually quite cozy, but your time passes without issue. Aldrich, you're up next. And again, you guys are keeping your door closed?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just near the end of your shift, right before you're about to wake up Corbin, you hear a blood-curdling scream.
Okay. I like grab my warhammer. Gentlemen, get up! There's trouble! And I fling the door open to go out.
Okay. Some of the brothers are kind of sleepily coming to the doors, kind of looking around to see what's going on. And what you see is right over here in this corridor, the slumped over body, unknown if he's alive or dead, is Acolyte Bjorgen. And almost immediately probably coming to John's character's mind is, well, you did tell the kid that he should shiv this guy.
He did a little fucking around, and he found out. Just needed some guidance.
He follows instructions. I mean, that's something we want to cultivate.
Besides which, I mean, you're like cleric type people. You can just magic that right away, right? That's how that works.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to take the 5 minutes or whatever it is to put my armor on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, thank you.
You slowly put your armor on. By this time, some of the monks have gone over to look at the fallen young man.
Is he alive?
They don't. Yeah, they seem to be. There is some motion. He looks like he's very shaken. He collapsed. There's a black liquid drooling from his mouth.
Okay. Can I cast healing on him? Can I lay hands on him to heal him?
Hang on.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Like, if I hear that there's like something else going on, I've got a background in being a healer.
Okay.
Maybe I'll come take a look.
I tell you what. Make me an intelligence check. at D20 instead of a D10, since you do have a background as a healer. As you notice that there's this black fluid that's oozing out his mouth, but not only is it's on him, but it's also splattered on the wall behind him as well. Intelligence of 8, you have no idea what would do that.
He's clearly got the black vomits. Bad stew.
Then all of us would be sick.
Or he's got a weak constitution. This might be why
our god does not resort to such treachery.
Maybe they
bite your tongue, sir.
This is why I'm not a healer anymore.
Okay. Actually, they do look to you, Aldrich, and kind of mime the laying hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. These are lay brothers. They're not clerics. They don't have spells.
You're like, yeah, you got actual stuff, and I think you outrank them.
20. I think there was one other high judge here, or at least a judge.
Mm-hmm. Well, so there's a prior, the judges, and then, but they're not clerics though. They're just lay brothers.
Okay, gotcha.
Clerics are the one that specifically take up weapons for their their god.
I rolled a 20.
Okay, I mean, you feel your god's presence, feel your hands. The golden light, kind of envelops the burly but young man, but nothing happens. He doesn't wake up.
Does he have any other wounds on him?
You as the medical person examine him. You don't really see anything. Again, I'm going off that roll that you made though, Joe. Yeah. Other than the black fluid that's all over his mouth and his nose and on the wall behind him, it's not really anything else that you see.
Trying to look to see if restore vitality might help. Restores lost ability. Okay.
So does it look like the black fluid on the wall? Does it look like something splattered there and it caught part of his face, or does it look like maybe he threw it up? Like, is it a big splat?
No, roll your crime scene investigation. And
okay.
You're not sure. You would almost think, given how tall, so we'll say that you're kind of measuring in your mind is like, it looks like he may have vomited that on the wall. It's about at the right height for his head.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe your first thought wasn't wrong. Maybe it is some kind of disease.
Well, obviously, Tristius knew that something was going to happen, and this is the service that we must render. We must get to the bottom of this, and we must help this young man.
Always with the musts.
Well, that's kind of, religious dogma.
All right. I've got my armor on. I'm ready to help.
So 5 minutes later, you come out into the hallway.
You prick.
All right. Okay. All right, Corbin, you come over here and pretend you know what you're doing. I'm going to go get my armor on.
Yeah, I'm going to go over there. First thing I'm going to do. Is he actually dead?
He is not.
Well, shoot. That ruins
He's just not
my
really
plan.
Responding. It seems like he's unconscious.
Okay, let's try this. I'm going to cast neutralize poison and disease on him.
Okay.
See what we get there.
All right, go ahead.
Not a dang thing. That's another fail.
Actually, you're probably chalking up this to the fact that you are in a bastion of a lawful god. And, your god's a little hard to reach.
Yeah. The bad reception.
Yeah.
You get the busy signal.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. My disapproval's only up to 2.
All right. Can I cast Restore Vitality to try to... It might do something.
It might.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a try.
So instead of rolling a D20, though,
okay.
2 die down on the chain. So what is that going to be? A D10? I think 20, 14, 10?
Yeah.
No, 12.
12.
Yeah, roll a D12 for me instead of a D20.
Oh, +7. Oh,
Yeah,
8.
you still get your normal bonuses, but roll a d12.
Yeah, I clicked it and I rolled a 1 +8.
Yeah.
Or +7, so 8.
Okay, that's a failure. And does that trigger disapproval?
Any failed spell test.
All right, so yeah, that's 1 mark in your disapproval.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It makes life interesting.
Yeah.
You mentioned Canticles of Tristius. What is that?
So that's mostly for punishing someone who has broken a law.
Okay, never mind then.
I'd probably get it just like a knife for eating, right?
Of course you do.
Okay.
It's also a knife for stabbing.
Yeah.
It's multi-purpose.
I'm going to come out with my knife and I just want to prick his finger and see if the blood comes out blood-colored or if it's coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations. You do damage to him as he bleeds.
Just a little finger poke, you know?
Yeah, it's normal blood.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't seem to, it doesn't waken him either, though. So, you stab him just a little bit, blood flows, but yeah, he's definitely alive and breathing. He just seems to be just comatose.
All right.
Okay. Well, we should probably move him to a bed or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put him on his side.
Do any of you researchers here, brothers, deal with the healing arts?
They all shake their heads to the negative.
What do you research here?
Law.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of lawyers.
Yes, that's exactly it.
It's a big law firm. Fuck. Absolutely useless here.
I'm gonna take my dagger and scoop up a little bit of the black stuff, and I just want to smell it.
Okay. Slightly pungent. Nothing particularly odorous about it.
Hey, Eldrick.
Yes.
You know about law. Does this smell like ink?
Yeah.
What are your occupations?
I'm a merchant.
Okay, yeah. Both of you guys. That's not ink. You would both be very familiar with what ink is.
All right.
Yeah.
I just thought,
Yeah. No, it's... Well, we need to... Anything that we can cross off is still something that helps. So we know it is not ink. Somebody here... I'm sorry. Well, somebody here had to try to poison him, or he tried to poison himself.
Or something. Why don't we check the rest of the hallway and see if there's any other, spots where he threw up or anything?
Did we check his person before we get too far? Did we, frisk him?
You did not.
Okay. Since I'm here, I might as well check his body to see if he's got anything in his hands or on his person.
He's wearing the same kind of monastic robe as everyone else. He does have a small pouch that just has a few knickknacks. He's got a set of dice, maybe a luck check.
Small cut on one of his fingers.
A small cut on one of his fingers looks very suspicious. He has a nice set of weighted dice.
Oh no.
Cheater!
Just starts bashing him to death right there.
Dare you! And I smash the dice with my warhammer right on the spot. That's intolerable.
How dare.
And then I straighten myself up. Which room is his?
So as you're talking, he kind of his head shakes a little bit, and he opens his eyes and starts looking around, takes a big breath.
That's weird. I've got no idea. He takes a big breath. Try and smash more of his personal effects.
Did you just free him from his sin? You broke his cheating dice, and so you removed his sin.
Yep. He uses his robe to kind of wipe the black gunk off of his face. And as he stands up, Flint, the youngest of the acolytes, kind of reaches out to help him, and he just punches him right in the face.
Brothers,
Flint,
what
are
happened?
you gonna
He stands
that?
up and he
Take that.
staggers a little
Him in the
bit,
nuts.
and he starts to move towards his bedroom.
I will follow him to his room.
Okay. Are you helping him or just following him?
No, I'm gonna help him to his room.
Okay. Well, he kind of shrugs you off, kind of bats your hands away, and he mimes basically, "I can do it."
Teenagers.
I believe that I will help you. I outrank you.
He thinks about it for a minute. You can see the legal mind turning. Is that true? Yeah, okay, fine. He just nods.
All right. Which room is his?
Yeah, so it's the top row there, the A, B, C, D area. Yeah.
Okay.
So yep.
All right.
Yeah, so you can go into the room with him if you want,
Yeah.
since
All right,
you've
child.
established your dominance.
Grab your slate. Start talking.
He he kind of looks miffed. He grabs his slate and he just writes in big letters, "What?" The question mark.
Teenagers.
You were vomiting black crap on the floor and you want to give me attitude now? We need to find out what happened immediately and you will give me the answers to my questions.
He looks puzzled first and he wipes off the slate and he just writes down, "Bad food?" Question mark.
Let's go and
So, did you ingest anything after dinner?
yeah.
He kind of looks a little like sheepish and he says, "Yes."
Are you going to make me play 20 questions with you, child? What did you consume?
He writes down yes.
Meat pie.
Not the meat.
No,
pie.
he seriously, he said meat pie after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he writes down meat pie.
All right. Do we need to get you some water or wine to rinse out your mouth?
He thinks about it for a minute and then he kind of gets a slick little grin on his face. He writes down wine.
Well,
Smart kid.
under these special circumstances, I don't see it being a problem. I will sign off on this.
I think that's all they have to drink.
Not uncommon.
All right. Yeah. Get the bacteria out of the water. Kill
Pretty
it
much.
with alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't want to hog all the time here. So
Yeah. So what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm
No,
gonna-
you-
Yeah, the
go
rest of
ahead.
the acolytes are already like on it and they're cleaning up the mess.
I'm gonna kind of scurry down the hallway that the route that he probably would have taken.
Okay.
Just because I'm looking to see if there's any other spots where he may have thrown up or anything else along the way.
Okay. Make me an intelligence check. As you put on your sunglasses and the NCIS theme plays in the background.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with the 6,
I poked myself in the eye with my sunglasses.
Yeah,
That's what I did.
That's exactly it. Yeah, you don't really feel whatever happened right there at the top of the stair along that wall. I mean, the best you can put together is like he really did just vomit this stuff up on the wall there.
Well, at least it came out as vomit. If it had gone the other way, we never would have seen it.
Oh, that's true.
So
Yeah.
the other thing I'll give you, just because you're kind of playing the investigator here, is that all the other brothers that you met at the dining last night, or well, when you all
Earlier.
ate together, they're all here. So they all came up to see what was going on.
Okay. So everyone's accounted for more or less.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the kid said he ate a meat pie. Let's go check out this meat pie. Maybe he got into the
Find the
antique
jovial-
communion wine or something.
Find the jovial one and tell him to show us where the meat pies are.
Yeah. Let's go ask the jovial one. Take us to the meat pies.
He actually rubs his tummy. And he smiles and nods yes.
Don't get too excited.
Takes you
No,
downstairs.
this is good. If he eats some and gets sick, we'll know it was the cause.
Yeah. He kind of gets what you're doing, and he might be a little offended because he's the cook. But he takes you down. He shows you the meat pies. He takes one down. He cuts it open, shows you the inside, and he just eats the other half.
You just sit there and watch him.
Yeah. I'll poke around the kitchen, see if I can find anything that sticks out.
Okay. You look through the kitchen. Go ahead and make me an intelligence. Make it a luck check.
Looking through the kitchen.
Ooh, I actually passed a luck test.
Luck test, you said?
Yeah. If you all are scavenging around, looking around for clues, there's some hidden food. Like the cook might have been squirreling away some sweets. But otherwise, you don't really see anything else out of the ordinary.
Okay.
And just as you finish your sweet, there is a pounding at the gates, and several of the brothers are running forward down to the entryway. And you can get a good look out of some of the they're not windows, but like the openings, and the keep looking down. That huge 20-foot tall beastie is slamming itself into the gate down there.
Well, that's bad.
And the brothers are running down. They're getting more beams to reinforce the door.
So we can look down. Like, how directly over this creature are we?
Not. It's the fact that it's so large is what makes it that you can see it.
Okay.
You're not like directly over it or anything. It's really big.
Okay. I was just gonna dump some boiling beans on it or something. Okay. Let's go down and help him reinforce. Or at least I'll go down and help him reinforce.
You want me to go grab Eldrick?
Um,
Meet you over there.
Sure.
Okay. So you took your time to strap your armor on as well already. So you guys all come down.
Yep.
You guys start reinforcing the doors, and after a while, the monk seems satisfied. The doors are holding. They had plenty of these beams ready to go. Looks like this might not be the first time this creature has attempted to get into the abbey.
Okay.
After this excitement passes, Fergus comes down, and he starts making hand gestures to everyone else, and they kind of all look at each other, and they do the sort of thing. He grabs his chalkboard and he writes on it that Flint's missing.
Well, that's weird. He just got punched.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go find Flint.
Yeah.
In his, I assume you check his rooms first.
Yep.
Yeah. There, a candle lays on the floor. It's still burning, but otherwise, no sign of Flint.
Well, that's odd.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Something came out from under the bed and dragged him to the nether realm?
No.
But something is around here.
Yeah, something's going on.
All of you are in the bedroom right now, or his room?
Yeah.
Well,
Why don't all of you guys make me a luck check?
Nope.
Aldrich.
Got somebody did.
So you're taking it in. You see the candle that's burning on Flint's floor here. Just as you start to see something glistening on the floor, though, one of the Cloister brothers, Nugent, grabs you by the shoulder and starts rapidly writing on his slate that he saw Flint in the chapter house. And he's grabbing your arm and trying to pull you along.
Okay, well, first I want to, whatever that shiny thing is, I want to see what that is.
Okay. Well, the brother is like urgently pulling at you, and he seems to be in something of a panic.
One moment. There's a clue here. We will get to him in a second.
Right, you stay here and grab your look at your shiny thing. We'll go with this guy.
Yeah.
You probably know your way around here anyway. I doubt there's like a lot of change in aesthetic design in these places. They all look the same.
I mean, it's a lawful cloister, so they probably got lots of like signs and like room numbers.
Well,
and
a lawful cloister is that all of them are going to be designed the same. It's going to be like absolute suburbia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they get the plans from like Lawful Home Depot, and they build them all the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly how that works.
Yeah.
All right. What is this shiny thing?
Okay. Well, there's a slime trail going.
Oh, no.
Looks like it's under where the candle is. It's just a little smear.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Good to know. Put a pin in that. All right, let's go find him. And then I will say there was a small trail of slime right by the candle.
Was it like what the other kid threw up?
You think? Yeah.
It seemed similar, yes.
Okay.
As we're walking along, what if it's some sort of thing that, like, I don't know, climbs into people's ears or mouths or buttholes or something, and then it just like slithers out after it does stuff to them?
A proctology demon, yes.
Yes.
It could be. I don't know. All right, let's go to you said the dormitory, or
no. So the main area which you haven't been in yet. So the main.
Oh, gotcha.
Main floor down here.
Okay.
And when you when he brings you down, he kind of points off that he thought he saw Flynn over here.
Man, I keep trying to move myself around. There we go. Okay, so we need to get through G7 into G8 or A8. Sorry, is that A or G?
It's a G.
Okay.
Yep. So you can go through G7 to get through G8 or G9 to G8, whichever one. Actually, he'll point through G7 is where he'll point.
Okay.
Okay. There's a big desk in this room, dominates the room really. There's piles of law books everywhere, parchments, quills, inkwells, racks of priestly garments line the east and west walls here. There are just scripts all over the place that they've been copying and just writing down thoughts about particular laws. You notice that the laws aren't necessarily just of this nation. They're just laws from different peoples, different nations.
Sure. Well, if you're going to proselytize and do missionary work, you need to know their laws.
That is
absolutely
true. I'm perusing through some of those papers, just looking to see if there's any like naughty drawings that the board monks scribbled in the edges and whatnot.
Yeah, are you thinking a name of the rose sort of thing?
Yeah, I was going to say, be careful. Name of the rose. That ends poorly.
Well, why don't you make me a luck check as the rest of you are pulled into room G8, the library. Okay. Filled with bookcases, 8 of them. There's 2 study tables that run across the room.
Success. I got a 1.
Ooh.
Nice.
You find a false bottom in the drawer.
Ooh. That's cool.
There's a parchment scroll in there, just one. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. What languages do you speak?
Common and chaotic.
We'll say it's in common. It is called the test of worthiness. And it's just a simple line. By law, justice, and retribution, I seek the judgment of the 3. And that's it. That's all it does. But it was hidden.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. Then he just kind of points that he saw him in the library. And then he just kind of shrugs as obviously Flint's not here now.
Let's look around for some more slime. So,
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Why don't you guys give me a luck check, except for you, John? So you're going to be a little bit behind everyone else.
That's fine.
Nope.
That's the better for me to run in and save the day.
Oh, luck check. Sorry. There we go. And roll.
Nice.
All right. No slime trails, but you do. You have seen cloisters like this before because, of course, you're dedicated to the same god. They're just row after row, book after book of laws, crimes, punishments, notable cases, that sort of thing. But something does stick out to you. There is a leather, that's in quotations, as in what kind of leather, bound book that seems much older than the other volumes that are on the tables here.
Okay, I will grab the book, take a look at it.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this is in common because I don't know that he has anything else just yet. But it is called the Summoning of Ta Ungarath, the final conjuration or the ultimate summoning. The tome is bound in sigil marked hide, sealed with a tarnished brass clasp. It contains the forbidden rites and stellar invocations whispered by the mad devotees of Ta Ungarath, the intercessor of gulfs, bringer of the outer swarm. There's a lot of non-Euclidean things that make your eyes cross.
All right. Well, I'm stowing that, and all right.
But no slime trails. No sign that. Well, it's actually would be very difficult to say that anyone has or hasn't been here in the last few because there's books piled everywhere.
Okay. Want to go into G9 and take a look?
Mm-hmm. This is the chapter house or meeting room where the judges and acolytes gather to meet and communicate the business of the priory. There's lots of slate tiles and chalk. Imagine a boardroom. Okay, so like there's a large slate tile whiteboard.
It's their conference room.
Yes, meeting minutes.
So laptop set up for PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
there is a bottle of sacramental wine on the table. Lots of steins around it.
Yeah,
don't mind if I do.
None of my business. Want to run into G10 then?
Okay, that's the privy for this room.
Okay.
Give me just a second here. Okay, no, we're good. Yeah, yeah, it's another privy, like the.
Is the privy large enough for somebody to climb, the human being to climb through it, or is it just big enough to poop through?
Well, it's got a grate that is in place. I mean, a slender person could crawl through it, but as far as you can tell, the grate is still intact. It doesn't look like it's been moved recently.
Okay, then I will not. Okay.
You don't want to go down the poop chute?
Nope. If I can avoid it, I will. Well, we just need to do a search for the boy.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a few areas left that he could.
Yeah. Well, I think we need to go back into here and then take a look in G6, and then I think we need to move to another section if we don't find the boy.
Okay. Well, you guys are taking your time going room by room on the bottom floor there. Let's see. G6. This is the chapel.
Okay. Nothing untoward in here. I mean, I've found
something interesting in here.
Okay.
There's a 15-foot statue of Tristius. Yeah, you would absolutely know your god there.
Yep.
Aldrich. By some sort of enchantment, his triangular head levitates above the shoulders and perpetually rotates, revealing the three faces of the tri-god. Secured within the statue's right hand is a warhammer-sized judge's gavel.
Nice.
That's cool.
I would need to figure out how to animate it and go fight the snow monster.
Nerd, huh? Yeah, check that out.
Compensating.
Broken clocks, man.
Suck it. All right. Nothing looks untoward in here.
No.
Okay.
And yet, snow monster.
That's fair. Okay, then I think we need to... Because, we need to...
There's a cellar area, right?
There's the what?
Is there somewhere... So, was there like a larder for the kitchen?
So this is in the refectory area.
Yep.
The middle map there.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to take some time and go through those as well.
Yep.
So you poke through. There is a preparation area for the food. There's lots of storage in there as well. Of course, you've got this big spiral staircase that goes down to the lower levels as well. But going through all of this, you're not picking up anything. No slime trail. You're not finding flints anywhere.
All right, then I think we need to go down. I'm just worried that there's some heresy going on in the monastery. I need to check this out.
Yeah.
I'm having none of it.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you want to do? So you've checked out the entrance area, the first floor area. You've went through the refectory. You haven't checked everything up in the dormitory. Actually, you haven't gone through every room in there, and of course, you haven't gone to the basement yet either.
I can go check out the basement.
Corbin, do you want to go upstairs with some of the brothers and go through the rooms and let's see what we can see?
Yeah, that's fine. Something's afoot, and I haven't sussed it out yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So, John, are you going alone down into the basement?
Of course.
That's not a leading question at all.
I want to go with John to the basement.
So you're going to the basement, and then only Corbin is going to...
Yeah, I told him to grab a couple of the brothers. I would have... Nugent upset me. I avoid Nugent, but anybody else I think will be okay. What
did Ted do to you?
I was trying to investigate something, and he was pulling me away from it when I told him specifically that I was looking to find clues for the boy, and he wasn't having it, and I'm not having it. So find the portly cook and somebody who is not Nugent.
Mm-hmm. Actually, when you're going through the refectory there, sorry, I got distracted on the map. All three of you go ahead and give me a luck check.
Boy.
Ugh. I guess I can't complain. I made like 2 or 3 rolls, so.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit because I forgot that's what floor it's on. In the crapper.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big the 8-stall crapper that's down there, and with the drains and everything there. Flint's body is been basically hoisted up onto one of the crappers, legs up off the floor, so he didn't see it right away. Again, though, he's alive, just not conscious.
Well, looks like we're going in a crapper.
And yes, you do find some of that black ooze around his right ear.
Someone called it brain slugs.
Yep. I think there's something getting
Actually, I want to look through the book and see if it mentions something about brain slugs or possession.
Good thought, but it's a very dense book.
Gotcha.
It's not something you could do quickly.
Oh, hey, Aldrich, you might be interested in this parchment I found.
Okay.
This test of worthiness thing. I found it in a hidden compartment in the drawer in one of the other rooms. By law, I seek the judgment of the three. I don't know what that is, but maybe that means something to you.
Yeah, who's the three?
Well, Tristius has 3 faces, so yeah, it's got to be Tristius. By law, judgment of the 3.
That's weird. Well, let's get this corpse off the toilet and see what's down there.
Not
He's
dead.
still alive.
No, he's alive. He's
just not conscious.
Okay. Then I carefully remove him from the toilet.
Okay.
I'll pull. They got like any kind of like torch or anything in the immediate area I can snatch.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I lean back, hold the torch over the shitter just to make sure it's not going to explode. And then I'll peer down. See if.
Okay. Yeah. So these all just kind of they're just short tunnels that vent out the side, and just all the crap just goes down the side of the keep on the back end, where there's that's where it's like right up against the cliff face. So just basically they're just dumping their crap over the edge of the cliff.
I mean, that is a really cool way to poop.
Yeah. But otherwise, you get the torch, you kind of put it down there to look around. No, nothing really. Actually, it's this happened late enough in the evening, and so much has gone on that you can just start to see just the barest breaking of daylight that shines down there, because again, it's got the opening to the outside.
Sure.
All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we got to do something with the judgment of the 3, and you got that weird book. There's nothing in the crapper. Something
is there any
leaking out of his ear.
Yeah, is there anything about something like that in that book? Like,
again,
you said it was too dense,
but it is a really dense book.
It would take a long time to find it.
No index.
That's just rude.
Just how a chaos god would work.
Well, what if we've got a bunch of priests who like to pour through legal books and whatnot?
Ooh, yeah, but one of them here must be a heretic.
Maybe, or maybe, I don't know.
Maybe the brain slug possessed one of the brothers who snuck the book in. And then they're using that to brain slug the others, the younger ones. Because, I mean, it hit the 2 youngest ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's sin. That's sin leaking out of their ears. You should do something about that.
That's what I said.
Let's search this new kid and find out what sin he's got hiding on him.
Yeah, you just go through his belongings. Nothing. Although it looks like he did pull a butter knife, and he has been sharpening the edge of the butter knife. Maybe because someone told him that would be the best thing to do.
I'll take the sharpened butter knife and toss it into the fire. Get rid of his sin.
Doesn't wake him up.
Well, we tried. We better put him down the poop chute. He's
lost. Was there anything else on his body?
No.
What about which room was his?
Again, they're all in the same. So his is up here. One of these.
Did we search it?
You did. It was the one with the candle was on the floor.
Yeah, in the slime trail.
I would like to get a sample of this slime.
Sure. You just scrape it off the back of his ear.
Okay. Excellent. I will put it on a piece of cloth and put it in my pocket.
I'm going to billow out all of the brothers. I need you to line up.
Okay. The brothers come running down.
All right, we're doing an orifice check.
Fergus is missing.
Gosh dang it. We lost another one. He's up to shenanigans somewhere. All right, we're going to lock all the brothers in one room together.
All right, brothers, here is what our investigation has yielded so far. we found this material, and I pull out the piece of cloth, in each location where one of the two boys was found. It is a slime of some sort. It has infected and then exited the two individual boys. We think that there's some creature that has been snuck in here, and I will pull out the heretic's book. We believe that this may have something to do with it. It is a tome of the god Ugqualtoth, or whatever his name is.
It's Frank.
So the other acolyte, the older one, the 30-year-old one, Nugent, writes down. Let's see, what was the name of the thing again? He writes down Nivrak ? Whoever summoned Nivrak ? Which is the 20-foot monster.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh,
that is a very very astute response, but you're still on my list, Nugent. All right.
He looks down at his feet.
All right, let's lock them all up.
All right, brothers, in order to try to prevent this from just bouncing from person to person, we need to have you all in one room together, keeping an eye on each other.
And if any of you starts acting fishy, we need the rest of you to kill that one immediately.
I mean,
they start groping for sharpened butter knives.
No,
I don't mean to throw oil into this whole fire, but just saying, we did lose sight of Corbin for a while, and he miraculously survived and came back.
My ears are clean.
I mean, we are the new factor that just showed up.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. All right, Corbin, take off your clothes. Orifice check.
No, it's just the ears.
Well, it came out of the mouth of the one, so...
oh, that's true. And I am sneaky enough.
Front and back holes.
All right, I dropped trowel.
You could be prison walleting some creature. We don't know.
All right, after I get done coughing...
Sound check.
Yep. Other than, bruises from his fall, seems to be normal.
All right.
Actually, likely doesn't even have that since you did some healing on him.
No, yeah,
that's true.
Fair.
All right, let's go find Ferguson now that the others are locked up. Turd Ferguson.
If you just do a top down, you find him. He's wandering around in the stairwell. So like the spiral stairwell here.
Tackle him.
Yeah, and the odd thing is he seems to be like maybe sleepwalking, but he's talking. He's muttering.
Oh,
mouths open in threes.
Okay. Aldrich, does your god do like 3 mouth stuff?
Well, his god has 3 faces. So.
3 faces.
Presumably, yeah.
But probably speaks from one mouth, I'm assuming.
Makes me think of the creepiest ad from Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Think what is it? Triclops from He-Man, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, so he's kind of like so he's walking, but he'll lean against the wall a little bit, and he seems to be unsteady on his feet. There's the definite smell of wine on him.
Tackle him.
No, don't get close to him. What's wrong with you?
Oh, that's right. He could leak.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah. Now I remember why I was doing the thing. I wish to perform banish because now I have some of the slime.
Mm-hmm.
I want to attempt. If this thing is inside of this man, Ferguson, I would like to try to banish this slimy slug from him.
Give me a roll.
We'll see if this freaking works. Okay. D20s. Okay. A 9. Boo.
Okay. But you're shouting because I imagine your god's invocations always include shouting.
No, absolutely.
They see he stirs and he kind of blinks a few times and he looks up and he like opens his mouth in surprise and he fumbles for his slate and he writes on it what's going on.
What is it?
What are you doing? I'll ask the questions here. What are you doing?
He wipes his slate and he puts the chalk on it and he thinks for a minute. And then he says, I don't know. He writes down, I don't know.
Have you been drinking?
Yes. Right, yes.
Fair.
All right.
Can we go put him with the others?
Nope. He's the wild card right now. As far as we know.
He comes with us.
I mean, if we wanted to be completely thorough, we'd just kill everybody and leave. But that's not how this works.
But also the thing outside.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay. Ferguson or Fergus. Is it Fergus or Ferguson?
Fergus.
Okay.
Fergus.
I got a weird question for you real quick, Aldrich.
Mhm.
Is there like an alternate, like opposing three-headed deity of some kind to your god?
I don't know. It doesn't sound right.
Okay. Just curious.
That must have been that solid month where you weren't paying attention in clergy school.
Sounds to me like some heretic talk is what that is.
It is. I mean,
look, I'm the fist of my god, not the brain.
So, Fergus, what is down here? Can you write on your slate? We're going downstairs. We're in B18 here. We're going downwards.
So he's getting a little bit more with it now as you're asking him questions. He writes on his slate and he says storage, wine, flour.
All right. Is
food.
How often do you brothers come down here? I mean,
he shrugs. A few times a week.
Okay, let's. We've looked in every other place. I want to go in here further. Would you guide us, Fergus?
He kind of shrugs. So, yeah. Yes, sure.
You got that book on you?
Yep, it's in my pocket.
Ask Fergus if he was there. Fergus, you ever seen this book that he's got?
Are you a heretic boy? Have you seen this book?
I mean, they might have.
He says that they got it with a collection of other books. They get books from all over, law books. It was just in with a bunch of books they got last time.
Where did they come from?
Merchants.
Where did they
Once
go?
a year or so, they'll go into town. They'll make purchases of food, books, if they can get them.
Trader's name was Cotton Eye Joe.
And that's where you get the goat from, correct?
He shakes his head no. He writes down mountain goats.
Ah, see? That answers your questions, boys. All right. Let's continue on this. You guys are talking about eating people. So
No, I know.
But he brings you down to the larders, just going down that spiral staircase. Barrels of various wines, ales, meads line the walls, chests with preserved meats, potatoes, grains, carrots, other food supplies. The entire southwest wall has wine racks built against the stone wall because, as we all know, law needs lots of wine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a cool draft that circulates down through here, which, kind of like a root cellar sort of thing. So it keeps everything preserved.
Sure. Continue to look around. What do we see here? Tell me about this, Fergus.
Oh yeah. Why don't all of you go ahead and give me a willpower check? The DC is 20 though.
Ooh.
You mean a will save?
Yes.
I think we're in trouble.
Oh, nope.
Look at that.
Oh.
John.
So you're of course you guys don't have access. Your characters don't have access to the map. So that's just a wall. But John, you blink for a minute because you're looking at this cask of wine that's there, and you blink and something's just not right. You get a headache for a minute, and you stare at it more and more. And you walk over and you put your hand against the barrel of wine, and your hand goes like right through it. It's an illusory wall.
Guys, look what I can do. Woo. Woo.
I didn't know you could do magic.
I can't. But I don't think this wall's real.
Just start calling you Keats Blaine or something.
He's the magic man.
All right. That is truly strange. We should investigate. Fergus, did you know about this?
So he says, know about what? Writes down, and he walks over and he sees the trick with your arm, and then he kind of tentatively sticks his finger, and he watches his finger disappear through, and he pulls it back. And he shakes his head no.
All right, Fergus. Have courage. Tristius is with us. We're going to investigate.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll end it there for the night.
All right.
So there we go. First forays into this. So you guys have found a hidden thing. Hidden thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And legal monks who really like their wine.
Yeah. Drunk lawyers. What could possibly go wrong?
How is that? Like, I don't think you need to say both of those things.
Come on.
I feel like just saying one means the other.
Okay, I have friends that are lawyers. I need to walk a line here, boys. Let's not take this too far.
Brad's losing friends tonight.
Yeah, here we go.
All right. So yeah, they're part one. There's actually not too much to go, but I can't keep going tonight. I got some other things I got to do. So
that's
hopefully we can finish this up next time.
This is really good. Enjoy it.
Anything you want to plug there?
Yeah. Watch stuff on Defenders of Kobold and buy my book, Teenage Odyssey.
You got to do it in the voice.
Which voice?
From the critic show. I keep asking for it.
Oh, yeah. No, I need to review that. Yeah.
Buy my book.
Buy my book. Yeah, no, I gotta rewatch that. So,
but check out Chuck's stuff on Defenders of Cobalt. You'll often see John there as well, and my own channel of Steam, Steel, and Murder, which will show up on. I don't know when this will actually go out for folks to watch, so we won't plug any specific games that we going on. But anyone else got anything? No.
Not currently.
Okay, so playtest 1 of this adventure. So we will keep it going the next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
goodbye,
everybody.
everybody.